नमस्कार सॅम फॅमिली, तुमच्या सगळ्यांचं या ऋणानुबंधाच्या एपिसोडमध्ये पुन्हा एकदा स्वागत. आपण आज भेटत आहोत अजून एक आपल्या सॅम फॅमिलीला आणि माझ्या बरोबर आज आहेत संदीप राणे आणि प्रिया राणे.
नमस्कार.
त्या दोघांचं खूप खूप स्वागत अँड थँक्यू फॉर गिव्ह अस द टाइम.
Oh, thank you for inviting us and thank you for coming over.
प्लेजर प्लेजर. सो कसे आहात तुम्ही दोघे? हाऊ आर यू गाइस डुइंग?
We are awesome. Happy Diwali to Sam and happy Diwali to all of you. Thank you again.
यू वेलकम. आणि दिवाळीमध्ये आपण इंटरव्ह्यू रेकॉर्ड करतोय, सो हॅपी दिवाळी विशेष तुम्हाला, जरी इंटरव्ह्यू उशिरा आला तरी. Okay, so let's begin with your story. You guys are excited?
We are
Very
very
excited
excited,
to have
looking
you.
forward. This initiative, Rakesh, while we will get further into the interview and discussions, but this initiative itself is such a noble initiative that we get to know everyone, we share our thoughts, exchange ideas, as well as it's recorded so we can go back and relate the story. So thank you again.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's start. आणि प्रिया, आपके साथ start करते हैं. Whatever you're comfortable with,
Sure.
Hindi, Marathi, English.
नाही
everything
काहीच
is
चालेल
okay.
असं.
Yeah. आणि so let's start with your childhood. Where were you born and brought up?
So I was born in Bombay आणि we're three sisters. I'm the youngest in the family. माझे वडील बँकमध्ये होते आणि he retired from there. त्यांच्यामुळे त्यांची भरपूर बदल्या व्हायची. So my schooling, my college was in various different cities. So असं म्हणू शकते की साऊथ सोडून I think we have stayed in almost every city of India.
Oh wow.
So Kanpur, Lucknow, Calcutta, Ahmedabad, Jaipur. So my schooling was in various different schools, various different cities. माझी ग्रॅज्युएशन दिल्लीवरून झाली, तत्पर्यंत आमची बदली दिल्ली झाली होती. माझे फॅमिली रिलेटिव्स वगैरे सगळे दिल्ली. So summer मध्ये of course for us was it was like we used to wait for summer because that's the time we will visit Delhi annually.
Okay.
आणि कॉलेजच्या नंतर we moved to Bombay. So that's where my career graph started.
Okay.
That's where I started to work and eventually meet him as well.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
But how was it growing up? Because you were shifting cities, right? You moved
Sure.
across India, basically.
So
So how was that part?
मेरे दादी दादाजी हमेशा हमारे मतलब we were a joint family, तो हम
Okay.
लोग इकट्ठे रहते थे. And my sisters are like we're 7 years apart. So after a certain time, जब उनकी जैसे 10th 12th board होते हैं, I think we called Delhi our base where they were. But since I was the youngest and still in my third and fourth, I used to travel with Papa wherever he's getting shifted.
Okay.
So in terms of languages, different food, different cities, I think I have been exposed to a lot more because as I said, if I'm thinking right about it, once my elder sister was in 10th grade, since then onwards, they were in Delhi. But for me, it was Lucknow or Kanpur, which I have fond memories of.
Nice.
Us time pe the cities had so much to offer, so many different people you meet across, so many different cultures you see.
Correct.
So my upbringing was a blend of various different cultures, and my household was always very, very lively. And I think my dad was actually the only son, so
Okay.
he was very attached to his parents. Likewise, so मेरे मामा इनफैक्ट वो हमारे यहाँ बड़े हुए हैं.
Okay.
So he was always we call him Chachu because he was always on our side of the family.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. But
That's awesome.
traveled a lot, I would say.
That's always a unique experience, right? When
Oh yes.
and there are a few Sam families that have had similar kind of experiences, like they have moved throughout their childhood in
Yeah.
different cities, especially because of the government job of
Yeah.
parents. But it's enriching experience to learn.
Totally.
You get adaptability factor पहले से build in
पहले
हो जाता
से
है,
ही
right?
बिल्कुल.
So that must have helped you a lot.
Yeah, and I think यहाँ आने के बाद, as you meet people, there are such common things that you find out. When especially with food, it all. I mean, food is something that kind of brings everybody
Correct.
together.
Correct.
So कुछ आप खाओ, कुछ ऐसे takes you to the memory lane. तो and if you make a comment like this कि ये तुम्हें कैसे पता है इस चीज के बारे में? मैंने कानपुर में खाई थी. तो अरे पता है हम लोग कानपुर में रहते थे. So totally. So it's been a journey, but beautiful journey to visit different cities.
So संदीप, तुझ्याबद्दल आम्हाला सांग.
So I would start with once a Mumbaikar, always a Mumbaikar. So me Mumbaicha, born and brought up in Mumbai. Though Karma Bhumi, I would call it is in Mumbai, but my heart is in Konkan. My grandparents and my father, mother both are from Konkan.
तुमचं गाव
गाव कोकणात. हो. So म्हणजे आमचं कसं व्हायचं, मुंबईत आम्ही राहायचो, एव्हरीथिंग इन मुंबई, शाळा, कॉलेज, एव्हरीथिंग. पण वेकेशन म्हणा, सुट्टी म्हणा, समर वेकेशन गो टू गावी. आणि अजूनही वडिलांना कधी कधी वाटतं की ते गावी रिटायर व्हावं किंवा गावी सेटल व्हावं. पण गावी आमचं कसं थोडं लहान आहे, त्याच्यामुळे वी इट्स ऑलवेज इन आवर हार्ट टू मेक शुअर दॅट वी become part of Konkan fabric, but in reality it gets a little challenging. But that is about the bottom in terms of where I was born and how I was brought up. So Mumbai, माझे आई वडील दोघंही were in service. My dad was in prison, so he was superintendent of police. तर त्यांच्याही बदल्या व्हायच्या. So every 3 years he will move. कधी आर्थरोड जेल, कधी ठाणा जेल, कधी बायकळा जेल, असं बरेच त्यांच्या ठिकाणी, कधी नाशिक, कधी पुणे. सो वेनएव्हर ही विल मूव्ह आउट ऑफ बॉम्बे, तेव्हा मुंबई सॉरी, तेव्हा मग आई आणि आम्ही, माझी एक बहीण आहे, नाव शी इज अ डॉक्टर इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया, तर ती तिकडे मेडिसिन प्रॅक्टिस करते. आई माझी नर्स म्हणून रिटायर झाली. शी ऑल्सो सर्व फॉर 35 years इन म्युनिसिपल हॉस्पिटल, सायन हॉस्पिटल म्हणून आहे. सो तिचं पण रुटीन इट्स लाईक 4:30 सकाळी उठायची. बाय तिची एक लोकल फिक्स असायची, 6 वाजताची लोकल. बाय 6:45 शी रीच, 7 हर ड्युटी स्टार्ट्स, 3 o'clock she'll end, and by 4 she'll be home. So very morning to असं एकदम fixed schedule and very properly managed work. So that's how we grew up. And after then one interesting fact is, after I did my 12th, I did hotel management.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice.
So I did that for 3 years, and I did start my career in hotels. I did that for some time. I was in airport hotel. Now it is called ITC Maratha.
Okay, yes,
that time
yes.
it was called ITC Maratha Sheraton.
Okay.
And this is in 2001. तर त्यावेळी मी तिकडे काम केलं. And I had a great experience there.
Okay.
And then somehow, career, or I would say fate, took me to a different line. Now I'm in the IT side of the house. Then I joined TCS, and then from there on 2011 मध्ये आम्ही इकडे आलो, सॅन अँटोनियो मध्ये. इन 2011 वी केम हिअर फर्स्ट, आणि इकडे जवळजवळ 2.5 वर्ष आम्ही होतो. देन एक 1.5 वर्ष आम्ही सिन्सिनाटीला होतो. अगेन ऑफिस टुक अस देअर. गुड टाइम. सिन्सिनाटी इज ऑल्सो व्हेरी गुड सिटी. तिकडे 1.5 वर्ष होतो. देन वी वेंट couple of years to Pune, 2004 to 2006. Again, amazing memories in Pune. My dad, in fact, his schooling was in Pune, so it was like going.
It must have been a good experience for him to visit back.
Yes. आणि ते पुण्यात कसं येरवड्याला पोस्टेड होते, GOTS तिकडे बाजूला एक ट्रेनिंग अकॅडमी आहे तिकडे. सो वी काइंड ऑफ व्हेरी इझी फॉर अस टू अडॅप्ट. आणि पुणे इज ऑल्सो,
You both have kind of a similar childhood experience.
Yeah.
पण शिफ्ट होत होतात वडिलांच्या बदलीमुळे.
yes.
Right? पण तुझं ग्रोइंग अप कसं होतं? मुंबईचा एक्सपिरियन्स तुझा कसं? चाइल्डहुड मेमरीज काय होत्या, किंवा एनिथिंग दॅट यू वुड लाईक टू शेअर?
Mumbai, see, I mean, I would like to quote something here. What you remember and what you forget, right? As you grow up and as you build on your memories. See, Mumbai is a city which lives in present and in future.
Right.
As practical as I can be
That's
here.
very true.
Yeah. So growing up was such that it is always constantly moving, and every place that I grew up in Mumbai, especially, जसं I'll give you some examples. मी मुंबईत साऊथ बॉम्बेमध्ये, जिथे आपण आर्थरोड म्हणतो किंवा भायखळा म्हणतो, तिकडचं फ्लेवर खूप वेगळं होतं. म्हणजे पोलीस लाईन होती आमची, आणि तिकडचं राहणं, तिकडची जो फेस्टिवल्स आम्ही साजरा करायचो, राईट. पोलीस लाईनीत गणपती म्हणा किंवा कुठलंही होळी म्हणा, इट्स अ वेगळं, अरे खूपच, म्हणजे एक वेगळंच फिलिंग असतं, आणि इट्स लाईक अ डिफरंट पॅरलल युनिव्हर्स इन दॅट. आणि साऊथ बॉम्बेमध्ये ऑल दीज फेस्टिवल्स, आपण लालबागचा राजा म्हणा, ऑल आर व्हेरी क्लोज. पण जे ते एक टुगेदरनेस म्हणतात, जे एक फेस्टिवलची स्पिरिट असते, दॅट आय एक्सपिरियन्स देअर.
Then experience करूनच करता.
Right. So that was a different feeling. Then like I mentioned, माझ्या वडिलांची जेव्हा कधी नाशिक, कधी नागपूर वगैरे बदली व्हायची, तेव्हा आम्ही ठाण्याला मूव्ह व्हायचो. आणि ठाणेकर ऑल्सो इज अ व्हेरी डिफरंट एक्सपिरियन्स. तर तिकडेही म्हणजे वॉज अ डिफरंट फिलिंग. आय नो सौरभ आमच्या जवळ राहतो. सौरभ इज फ्रॉम नवी मुंबई. नवी मुंबई इज ऑल्सो डिफरंट एक्सपिरियन्स. तर असे वेगवेगळे मुंबईचे So I was blessed to experience and take the flavors of it. But bottom line is, one thing that I learned from especially growing up is stay humble. Constantly keep learning and moving upwards, because Mumbai कसं आहे ना, you can't sit idle. You have to constantly challenge and constantly. Yeah. It's like moving by the by the clock, literally by the clock. Sometimes I look back and think की when they say, right, की आपण सेकंडच्या काट्यावर आपण ट्रेनचं हे करतो, इट लिटरली इट इज. कारण ही लोकल मिस झाली तर नेक्स्ट लोकल इज लाईक.
जेव्हा म्हणलं मगाशी की आईला एक्झॅक्टली ती लोकल पकडायला लागायची, दॅट्स द स्टोरी ऑफ मुंबई.
येस.
तुझं जीवन लोकल वरती इतकं अवलंबून आहे तिकडे की यू कॅनॉट स्किप दॅट पार्ट.
येस. आणि सगळ्यांचे तेव्हा सगळ्यांची घरं अशी इट वॉज व्हेरी ओपन. म्हणजे आम्ही एकमेका शेजारी जायचो, खेळायचो एकत्र सगळं. इट वॉज अ व्हेरी ऑब्विसली इट वॉज आयसोलेटेड इन द सेन्स, घर लहान असायचं, पण सगळ्यांचे दारं उघडी असायची. वी यूज टू ऑल प्ले टुगेदर, हॅव फन टुगेदर. एव्हरीवन न्यू व्हॉट इज हॅपनिंग इन एव्हरीवन हाऊसेस. So that was a kind of upbringing and exposure I had, and obviously I miss it sometimes. इकडे कसं आपण, we all have our own busy life, and sometimes you crave for that.
But Sam's bridging that gap.
Yes, I
completely.
It's been going on good.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
it's been amazing.
So then, tell us about your college life. Like, so you said कि आपका graduation
Delhi
से हुआ.
University.
So you graduated from which branch? Or
So there's a college called JDM in Delhi. I
Acha.
started from there, and that's where I graduated. Then I switched to correspondence because I wanted to move from with my dad to Calcutta.
So you did engineering over there?
No, I did my BCom and MCom. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm a postgraduate from there, and so I did my MCom through correspondence, and then I started a course in NIT in Calcutta.
Acha. Okay. In Calcutta?
In Calcutta, because my dad got transferred to Calcutta, and I had two options: either to continue in Delhi or probably move with him.
Okay.
So then mid-year we transferred to Calcutta, and I transferred to a university in Calcutta. So it's complicated, but that's how my education was.
Yeah.
Always never study as such, but I think sometimes when you're the oldest you feel kind of responsible for everything, but when you're the youngest you get away with a lot. So I got away with a lot of things being the youngest, and I think my sisters were put to the hook of getting a lot of things done in order, whereas I was like very मतलब मेरा education I cannot point towards. कभी कोई बोलते भी है ना कि आपने हाई स्कूल कहाँ से किया या कॉलेज कहाँ से किया, it's very tough to explain because it's been broken into several schools. I used to tell आदि के जब वो बोलता था कि मम्मा मेरे कितने schools में मैं ट्रांसफर हुआ या शिफ्ट हुआ, मैंने बोला बेटा आपके जितने भी होंगे ना, if mama starts counting back I think it's a minimum 15.
Wow.
So just schooling wise it was 15. College was also first 3 years was study, then switched between correspondence and regular. Then my first job took me to Bombay, which was Tata AIG Insurance.
Okay.
And luckily my father also got transferred to Bombay. So then we were there for quite some time actually. I think about 6 years,
Yeah.
6 study years we were in Bombay before we moved to Ahmedabad.
Okay.
And from one company to another as life took, and that's where I met him. So
तुझं कॉलेज कुठे झालं आणि तू हॉटेल मॅनेजमेंट बद्दल मेन्शन केलंस.
Yes.
But where did you do that?
So all in Mumbai. So in a household where one sister, आम्ही बहीण आणि एक बहीण एक भाऊ, आणि ती खूप अभ्यास करायची. Literally,
You are the younger one.
I am the older one.
आणि
So
फक्त क्रिकेट खेळायचे.
Cricket.
रात्र दिवस.
So touch wood. I mean, she became a doctor, and then I chose something else. But so from education perspective, after 12th, I did my 12th in science, and then something dawned on me that why don't I pick up something as a professional career? And hotel management was something that I felt maybe will fit where I want to be in. So I did that hotel management for some. I mean, in Mumbai, म्हणून केलं 3 वर्ष. And after that, I did, then I did my post graduation also in MBA. Yeah, so I did that. That parallelly, then I got into IT services. Then I joined City, and then TCS took over the City arm, and that's how I got merged with TCS. आणि TCS मध्ये also I worked there, म्हणजे मुंबईत सेम ऑफिस मध्ये, गोरेगाव मध्ये मी तिकडे, आणि आम्ही नाईट शिफ्ट करायचो. सो फॉर 6 years I did night shifts. कारण US टाइम आम्हाला मॅच करायचं. सो ऑब्विसली इट वॉज लर्निंग. पण तेव्हा असं काही वाटायचं नाही की यू आर वर्किंग अगेन्स्ट द क्लॉक, कारण वर्क इज वर्क, राईट? तर सो वी डिड
you're young, you want to aspire, you want to do things. So
correct. And one thing that hotel management taught me honestly is there is no job which is less in terms of what the job asks you to do. I want to share this experience. See, when me hotel management करत होतो, right, and I told you की माझे वडील was in the police line, and he was placed well in terms of his ranking and everything. So when I first year मध्ये ते शिकवतात in terms of how to cook, how to manage things, this and that. Second year they will say 6 महिने तुम्हाला हॉटेलमध्ये काम करायचं आहे. So I got in Taj Nasik, and first day in the hotel, I went to the manager. I said, I'm a management student and I want to learn about management. He said, okay, no, आज तुझा पहिला दिवस आहे, so start washing dishes behind the sink. I said, no, me management student, I am not here to wash dishes. 1 week he made me do that. and I was like, "अरे just काहीतरी mistake झाली आहे," But the bottom line is, if you don't know fundamentally how a hotel or how a restaurant works from bottom up, it is very difficult to manage it. So that is what I learned. But after doing all of that, right, from washing dishes to managing tables to serving food to doing everything typically you would do in a hotel, it doesn't matter now. I mean, right from housekeeping to everything. So
I
that
think it teaches you humbleness, right?
yes,
Basically,
yes.
right from scratch, basic
Yeah.
things like
Yes.
cleaning and everything.
Yes.
Right.
And it helped me here. म्हणजे जेव्हा आपण इकडे मूव होतो आपण कुकिंगला sometimes we struggle.
Right.
So not that I cook a lot. I mean, I can't compete with her, but sometimes whenever you get an opportunity, you do try out things, and it is a good stress buster also. Sometimes like what you like to do, you just experiment things. But that is what. So from professional life, I got into TCS, and TCS had been an amazing experience. I was with City and TCS together for 20 years, and now I have joined HCL.
Achha.
Yeah, so it's been a year again. Thanks to God. So that's my new rodeo. Year in San Antonio. So I was glad that I was able to be in San Antonio and again contribute to my professional life.
So मग तुम्ही दोघे कुठे भेटलात आणि कसे भेटलात सर? And what was this time period when you both were working in Mumbai at the same time? What year are we talking about?
2001, I think.
No, this was 2000. 2002.
7 we got married.
So 2002.
2002.
So आम्ही एका ऑफिस मध्ये काम करायचो. Ocwen was the name of the organization. We used to know each other. म्हणजे एका ऑफिस मध्ये छोटं ऑफिस असतं. म्हणजे that time it was a new organization that had just started. I still remember my employee number M93.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, now it's a very large organization, but since it was a new organization, it's smaller group.
Small team.
So then we knew each other, and somehow
We got to know each
Yeah.
other
You were
more.
part of same team basically.
No, actually,
different
no.
teams.
We were different teams, and we had a common friend. But I mean, there was a friend of mine who used to work in my department, and she was a very good friend of Sandeep.
Achha.
And we were actually introduced through her. Like, so we met. I mean, we obviously used to see each other at work in the sense that there is a person who's handling XYZ department, but not that we knew each other so much. But I think she played a pivotal role in introducing us, and then we kept meeting each other. And
You guys remember the first meet?
I do. Do you remember?
I do.
It's a very funny thing. That office was it was a full floor, and you know how you have desks. He was in the quality assurance department,
Achha.
and they, for some reason, were given a podium to sit, and that was a little like a up arched podium where four people will sit. Otherwise, the whole floor had normal desks and sitting arrangement. So for some reason, that's how I remember it. That these guys used to feel like they have a big lift
Superior,
on their
little bit of
superior.
superior.
Yeah, because they will nicely come. We all are arranging ourselves on our desks, and they will be like, we're going to go there. Though it's not much of a difference. And then one fine day, a friend commented, "These four boys who sit there, no, they think too much about themselves." So I had to look up, like, who are these? So I looked up, and I remember that I caught his attention. Like, I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I was telling my friend, he's the same guy who another peer of mine introduced me the other day. He said, "Yeah, but these are the four guys who sit there." So that's how I remember him.
Kind of.
But then eventually, I think when I met him, I mean, that was just it was a funny instance. But other than that, he was very down to earth, very humble as a person, and we just got to know more about each other.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure you know, right? She's a Punjabi and I'm a Maharashtrian.
Correct.
So, but so one fundamental thing is की आम्ही दोघांनी very clearly सांगितलं our parents have to both agree without we doing anything. That was the honest attempt to make it happen.
Okay.
And God's grace, we all met, and I think both were working.
You didn't have to convince
Nothing.
anybody on both
No,
sides.
we were very surprised with that, and we still feel, I would say, कि it was God's blessing, meant to be like this. Somewhere between both of us, म्हणजे आम्हाला असं नियमितच वाटायची की okay, we like each other, we are spending time with each other. The next obvious step is in a few years, once we are more stable, आपण बघू पुढच्या काय की कसं. बट ते जे ती प्रश्न यायची ना की पुढच्या बघू काय, म्हणजे असं मला वाटायची की युअर द ओनली सन. आय मीन दे हॅव अ डॉटर, ऑफ कोर्स, हिज सिस्टर. आणि माझ्या घरी माझी दोघं बहिणीचे लग्न हॅज हॅपन्ड इन पंजाबी फॅमिलीज. So I didn't knew what to expect, but त्यांना कुठेतरी असं वाटायची, because I was brought up like a tomboy completely, कि प्रिया की शादी हो गई वही बहुत बड़ी बात है. म्हणजे ते वो because I was very I was a brat in the house, like बहुत शैतान थी मैं. तो बाबाला असं नियमित वाटायची की ठीक है, when she'll be of age we'll see, but कहीं ना कहीं उनको ये इनसिक्योरिटी भी बहुत रहती थी कि ये चली जाएगी शादी करके. So my mama used to always say कि उन दोनों की भी तो करी है ना, तो इसकी भी हो जाएगी वैसे, मतलब जाना ही है, बच्चों ने अपने अपने आगे. So when we used to talk that, you know, we used to say कि Sandeep, my father is very attached to me.
You being the
And
last one.
yes, I being the youngest, उनको मुझे expectations का तो नहीं पता, but I obviously don't want to hurt him in any way, to take a decision that doesn't gels well with them and leaves a memory for life. And you know, I was also nervous in saying this, ki how he's going to react to it, that we've been almost seeing each other for good 4 years. So where does that leads us? But Sandeep had the same opinion. He said, you know, we are a very closely knitted family, very transparent in our dealings when we talk to each other. I'm glad you said that, because I'm of the same opinion that we would really want them to meet and, you know, spend time with each other to come to a decision, and hope it works for us. God forbid if it doesn't works for us, let's give it time. Let's see how it, you know, how it actually shapes up. So we both had some kind of an insecurity in mind कि कसं होणार जदी दोघं आई वडील भेटणार, because as I was meeting and seeing him, I would see कि थोड़ा difference आहे in terms of कि बाबाच्या राहणार, you know, in terms of कि जैसे ये बताते थे कि Papa, you know, dresses up wearing that police dress and everything, which for a normal person is very different to relate to. आणि back in the day फक्त तुम्ही एवढाच म्हणणार ना कि anything to deal with a person who's in the police line was like, okay, you know, you don't want to do anything with them, because at the end of the day, so I was like, it'll take time, let's see how it goes. So I still remember Jadi, he after a few years mentioned it to his parents, came asa asa ahe, you know Priya, right? So they said,
By that time,
once we have met, क्योंकि we were working together, तो कभी ऐसा phone नहीं आई चाहिए, तो mummy knew कि there is a person who works with him, and that's, my name's Priya. So then he eventually, after I think once he wanted to do something differently from a career aspect, once he thought that I'm stable enough now, and now is the time I should discuss this at home. So
long story short, there was no drama before the marriage. The drama was after the marriage.
What was the drama after the marriage? 1 second.
So after the marriage, it was like, in literal terms, West beating North. आणि
क्रॉस कल्चर
आणि ते आहे, म्हणजे आपण यु नो मराठी फॅमिली, म्हणजे ऍटलीस्ट आवर फॅमिली थोडी कन्झर्वेटिव्ह आहे. आणि मी असं नाही सांगत की देअर फॅमिली इज नॉट कन्झर्वेटिव्ह, बट यु नो समटाईम्स आपल्या वेडिंग थोडे यु नो
रिच्युअल्स
वेगळे असतात. आम्ही सो मच सो की आपलं लग्न दिवसा होतं, ह्यांच्यात रात्री होतं.
अच्छा. म्हणजे जैसे बोलते हैं ना तारों की छाव में, सो जो फेरे होते हैं वो लिटरली तारों की या लाइक, बट हुआ नहीं वैसे, वो अलग बात है, लेकिन होता है ऐसे. लॉट ऑफ एडजस्टमेंट्स, लाइक इट वाज नर्व रैकिंग. जब मिले तो वैसे मिले कि एक ही बार में हाँ हो गई. मुझे नो नथिंग, हाँ इनफैक्ट कुछ भी नहीं, मतलब
करना है शादी उसके
वो उस पे बहुत शुरू, मतलब वो रोज ही शुरू रहता था कुछ ना कुछ.
सो लग्न ऑब्विसली आता मला इफ आय हॅव मेमरी, व्हेरी क्लिअर मेमरी, की यू कुड क्लिअरली टेल की इकडे मराठी आपली लोक आहेत, इथे यु नो फ्रॉम दिल्ली पंजाबी आहेत. आय मीन व्हेरी क्लिअरली यू कॅन टेल.
Both very humble backgrounds, but culturally very different from each other.
Both wanted it their way.
You know, fine adjustments made, like in a Punjabi wedding, you know, you come for the wedding in the evening. You have the Varmala on the stage. Everybody eats, probably goes away.
Correct.
And then in the night, which is 11:30, 12ish, the actual feras start. So जो फेरे होते हैं वो 12 से 3 के बीच में ऐसे मुहूर्त के हिसाब से होते हैं.
Okay.
So now it's very different, as I have known with time, on their side of the family. So just to even, you know, kind of float through this idea कि लग्न फेरे ते रात्री होणार आहे, बाबा बोलते फेरे कशी रात्री होणार आहे.
So there are many such examples.
भरपूर गोष्टी होती.
Ultimately क्या हुआ?
So शाम के हुए, you know, we were like okay, क्योंकि लग्न संध्याकाळचं आहे, म्हणजे according to how they put it across, की संध्याकाळच्या वेळ आहे, ते आपण ना असं 9-8:30च्या मुहूर्त काढूया. So as people come and go, side on the parallel, फेरे चलते रहेंगे साथ में. So that was a middle ground adjustment on many
Acha.
such
Ah,
things.
very
But
nice.
yeah, there were ways to find it. But
So they came to the middle ground finally.
yeah, I think that was हम लोगों की चिंता थी कि कैसे होएगा ये लोग, मतलब will they have an opinion कि शायद the only daughter-in-law that they're getting in the family, they would probably prefer someone from their own culture. On my end, my dad was always very humble, but can be difficult when it comes to me. So my grandmom was alive that time. And trust me, I still remember her words saying ke my dad's name was Ravi. Ke Ravi, when you meet them, it's very hard for you to give Priya to anyone. Let's agree to that. So, let's talk through this. My dadi knew about Sandeep. So she was actually like the pillar of our house to make this happen.
yeah, I think you should share एकदा लग्न झाल्यावर then coming into a Marathi family, what was your experience? That
Oh.
Tell us about that, because you mentioned about the culture and the language issue also.
For me, I think the biggest change was the language, which thanks to Sandeep, he didn't mention till our wedding day. In terms of different households have, obviously, I know he's a Maharashtrian, so he'll speak Marathi. I'm a Punjabi, but if you're a Punjabi, you don't speak Punjabi in the house. So you speak Hindi in the house, or maybe English also, unless you have a relative who's elderly and they would probably like to speak to you in Punjabi, that you'll switch to it. Otherwise, Hindi is the most common language, preferred language. तो माझी एक्सपेक्टेशन कुठेतरी तेच होती की ठीक आहे, इज महाराष्ट्रीयन बट बोलणार तर हिंदीच ना. But which I never realized till our wedding day, I was on the stage with him obviously, but I didn't see any interaction between the people, so I was just genuinely asking him ki Sandeep, काय असं तुला नाही वाटत की खूप शांत शांत चाललंय versus the lagna that I am used to, where it's always a lot of
And this is the day of shadi.
this is the day of shadi. And he's laughing, he's like मग बोलणार कसं. So I was like, what do you mean बोलणार कसं? तो म्हणतो अरे आम्ही मराठी आहे ना. तर मी म्हटली हो म्हणजे काय. तो म्हणते की नाही बट म्हणजे आम्हाला हिंदी येते, but that's not the preferred language. So for a minute I just looked at him and blankly, की ये काय बोलतोय म्हणजे.
Big shock on the day of wedding.
So he was like की हा प्रिया तुला माहित आहे आम्ही मराठी बोलतो. तर मी म्हटली आम्हाला माहित आहे, पण याचा अर्थ ये थोडी की हिंदी बोलू शकत नाहीये. तो बोलते हाँ but they are from different places in Maharashtra where the preferred language is Marathi. So for them it is not convenient to switch to it. आणि तुझ्या साईडला ते कोणाला येणारच नाही. तर मी म्हटली कोणाला नाही, मलाच नाही येणार.
But hats off to her, Rakesh. ती मराठी, ती एका वर्षात आय थिंक शी पिक्ड अप.
She's speaking amazing
अरे नाही नाही असं नाही म्हणजे आय अंडरस्टँड
I
completely.
mean, she is part of the family, the way, so I think really hats off to her. आणि see, there are, one is language, दुसरं आहे आपलं जेवणही आपलं थोडं वेगळं असतं. आणि लकीली आय एम ब्लेस्ड की मला दोन्ही आय गेट टू एन्जॉय. कारण जेव्हा प्रिया घरी आली तेव्हा आई आणि आम्ही सगळे एकत्र शेपूची भाजी म्हणा, मेथीची भाजी म्हणा, किंवा
I had never heard of these veggies.
Correct.
Never.
Yeah.
Because North has no sign of shefu. Oh, like घेवडा.
हा
आणि असे
These are very
भरपूर.
local
Yeah.
Maharashtrian
Yes. They are amazing. I make them now.
आता ती
They're
खूप छान बनवते
delicious.
आणि मला
I
खूप-
rather love them. But for me, when you're served bhakri and shefu, probably the
पिठलं
second day,
म्हणा, all of this,
I
right?
was like, okay, if this is what it is, how it is. Like, I transformed to it not in a bad way. I think Mama played a major role in this because she could understand some reservations के माहित पण नाही तिला हे भाजीच्या माहित पण आहे की नाही. And I think the good part was कि इंच्या घरी everybody was working.
हाँ.
So पापा कभी आते जाते रहते थे because of his postings. मम्मी, मैं और Sandeep were the 24/7 people in the house. Sarika and Papa used to come as, जब छुट्टियां मिलती थी. तो मम्मी was very open to say कि प्रिया, I still remember कि वो मुझे हमेशा बोलते थे कि देख मैं तुझे एक बहुत प्यार से समझाती हूँ, हमारे घर पे कभी भी खाने को लेके रिजर्वेशन नहीं है, लेकिन टाइम किसी के पास नहीं है. इन वेरी बॉम्बे लँग्वेज के आमची प्रॉब्लेम टाइम आहे, चॉईस नाही. सो जे तुला वेळ भेटते, जो तुला पटते, तू ते बनव. इट इज अ गॅरंटी सगळे आवडीनाल खाणार. आणि जो आम्ही बनवतो, ट्राय इट. इफ यू लाईक इट, परफेक्ट. इफ यू डोंट लाईक इट, they're always help in the house, cook yourself, ask them to cook what you want to eat. But असं काहीच कधी जबरदस्ती नाही आहे
That's so
की
nice. That's so
येच
nice
खायचे आहे
that
की
you said
येच असंच करायचे आहे. So I think the best thing, and I will give full points to Sandeep's mum and my mother-in-law, is like, when you get married and you move into a different family, I think you always worry about, you have to transition to a new culture, you have to learn different things. But that she made me so comfortable with few things, which is like खाना, you don't have to worry about it. जो तुम्हें अच्छा लगता है तुम खाओ, जो तुम्हें नया लगता है और तुम्हें टेस्टी लगता है तुम वो अडॉप्ट करो. रही बात हमारी, तुम बिंदास बनाओ, तुम्हें जो बनाना है, वी ऑल विल ईट, बिकॉज आई नो यू विल डू अ वेरी फाइन जॉब, तुम वो चिंता नहीं करो. Clothing, I've learned I mean, I used to get excited seeing them wearing different हम लोगों के यहाँ साड़ियाँ नहीं ज्यादा पहनते, we are always in suits. But she used to get me different saris. Every time she'll buy something for herself, she said, "This is no compulsion, but I bought two." So I used to always feel कि मतलब and I used to like it जब festivals आते थे कि the little things that we used to do differently, जैसे दिवाली for that matter, क्योंकि अभी दिवाली
So
होके हटी है.
culturally also you must have
So
learned
many,
something
so many
every
new
time with the
things,
new,
जैसे सुबह फलार
dishes.
खाते हैं और ये हम लोगों में नहीं है, मतलब इस साइड में नहीं है. It's all about Lakshmi Puja in the evening, but morning there was no such specific ritual, which I have learned. Uptan and all these little things, but these are just beautiful memories that I have made and learned from his family. So
Awesome.
yeah.
This tells me, like, even earlier when you were mentioning about your dadi
Huh.
talking to your dad,
Yes.
and now Sandeep's mom, your mom-in-law, accepting you the way she did it, that tells ki वो generation का wisdom
Oh yes.
makes such a big difference and
Yes.
makes it so easy for us without us
True.
even realizing it. And that's the
Absolutely.
genius of that generation,
Ah.
right? So hats off and credit to all
Totally.
to them, for doing this. But yeah, let's move on. So when she came in the house, did you have to do any adjustment on your side? Family was adjusting, but you were like, let them handle. They are going their own, or did you have to intervene and असं नाही तसं नाही.
तर मी तुला मेन व्हर्जन देतो.
हा.
Oh, men version.
See, I think we all can relate to it. Obviously, we change, we adapt, right? कारण
That's the name of the game. You
हा
have to adapt.
correct, exactly. So I had to adapt, and I did. म्हणजे our closet becomes, the way they want it to be. So I had to give in, which is
Very
okay.
funny. Nicholas.
All these are,
But she did happily. back
yes,
then.
yes. I mean, that's okay. One thing that I would give her the credit is, when I was in early days of my career, I was very disorganized financially. In the sense, I used to obviously earn and make the money, whatever salary wise यायची, but my saving habits were not as good as maybe it should have been. So because of her, I got that financial discipline,
Okay.
and I think I should give her the credit. Being a banker's daughter,
Nice.
yeah, that kind of help. Obviously,
But that's to him as well, that there was never like a male domination factor कि ये मीज बगना रहे कि ये one, we knew each other for quite some time, but knowing each other and starting a life together becomes a completely different ball game. So he also allowed that you hold the reins of this, because I never bother about it. I do my job, I get the money, but I
see,
don't.
Priya, Finance Minister of India is also a lady.
So of your house is also a lady,
Yes.
so don't worry about it.
So there are a lot of such good things, in terms of, we have one son, Aditya, and luckily, he's 16 years old, and he's in 10th grade. So right from taking care of my parents as well as relatives, everything, I think she really blended very well. See, for माझ्यासाठी म्हणजे ती मराठी शिकणं, कारण मी पंजाबी नाही शिकलो. Let me be very frank. आणि sometimes
म्हणजे गरज पण नाही
हाँ.
होती, असं नाहीये
हाँ.
की
हिंदी में communicate
हाँ.
कर
हाँ,
सकते थे.
हाँ.
I mean, he would probably feel the pain when he would be visiting my side of how different we are. See, when a lady comes to the man's house, she's there 24/7. The man also comes to the wife's house to meet, greet, or
The
spend
time
some
spent is
time, but
less
the
significant.
time spent is significantly less. So मला असं कधीतरी बोलायचे की अमेझिंगली तू कशी तिकडे ऍडजस्ट झालीये, बट जसं आम्ही ट्रॅव्हल करतो किंवा वेकेशन साठी जातो, आणि लेट्स से वी गॉन टू चंदीगड फॉर अ चेंज. I still remember his first trip to Chandigarh, and we have a lot of family staying there, so they obviously invited us over. And for Sandeep, it was like that was the cultural shock that he could see कि she has seamlessly adjusted on my side of the family. But even to probably spend 2 days, I can feel
Sure.
there is so much
हा
difference.
कारण
So,
जेवण
correct.
बोलणं राहणं थोडं आहे
थोडंसं
फरक
फरक पडतो,
आहे.
आहे.
definitely,
हा.
definitely.
तर दॅट वे आय थिंक चेंज वाईज गिव्हन आमचं प्रोफेशन वर प्रिटी सिमिलर आणि मुंबई असं आहे ना की यू कीप मुव्हिंग प्रिटी क्विकली बट अदर देन दॅट लाईक आय सेड ओनली वन कंप्लेंट इज तिला सुकट आवडत नाही सुकट
But it's difficult.
मला त्याची वास somehow I just can't. And the first time this my great husband bought that was when I was expecting Adi. So actually,
all the senses are already high.
oh my goodness, I'm telling you, I mean, I used to not be a fish eater as well. I used to eat my non-veg in terms of chicken, but no fish.
Okay.
And their family was a
Eating
family,
Konkan.
exactly.
Konkan में fish,
Like
yeah.
But it was never a no. I used to probably never relish it much.
Yeah.
So I transformed. I love shrimps now, to be honest. But in आई पण घरी सुकट नाही बनवायची.
अच्छा.
आणि हिला काय माहिती काय डोक्यात आला होता. I was probably 6 months pregnant आणि हिने भरपूर आणला होता. And I still feel nostalgic even thinking of it कि वो पहला exposure to that thing was like so bad
Too much.
कि वो कभी मेरे दिमाग से गया ही नहीं. And even if he says now ना तो मैं बोलूंगी मैं घर से पहले निकल जाऊंगी, तुम उसके बाद जो करना है करना.
So how long did you guys stay in Mumbai after marriage before moving to US?
3
2007 मध्ये आम्ही we got married so 2011 is when we moved here so
11.
that period we
So
were-
how did that happen, and like how did you guys make that decision?
at that time to be very frank we were very naive in the sense ki how long will we be in US that time it was an opportunity for us to come to US आणि कसं आहे ना जॉब इज बेसिकली वेअर इट टेक्स यू यू डोंट ड्रॉ बाउंड्रीज मी सांगेन माझ्या वडिलांना हिचे पेरेंट्स दे यूज टू मूव विथ देअर जॉब्स so we were all brought up in a way ki wherever your job takes you you have to adapt and US is obviously an opportunity for all of us
Right.
so that time like I said TCS was kind enough to give me that opportunity so that time the idea was maybe go there for a few years get understand and obviously get financially secure as well but once I came here obviously the career as well as the opportunities took me to the place where I've been here for some time
So तू आधी कुठे आलास आणि तू एकटाच आलास की?
हा मी आधी एकटाच आलो सो सॅन अँटोनियो मध्ये आलो
First,
2011 मध्ये
11 मध्ये.
आय स्टील रिमेंबर डव व्हॅली आहे ना आपलं
Okay.
USA बाजूला
हा, हा,
सो
हा.
तिकडे आम्ही 3 यूज टू स्टे टुगेदर
Okay, you used to share with
या
other,
अन अपार्टमेंट
yeah.
9 months आम्ही तिकडे होतो आणि देन आय मूव्ह टू सिन्सिनॅटी मध्ये प्रिया आणि आधी आले
Okay.
सिन्सिनॅटी मध्ये आम्ही 1.5 वर्ष होतो देन वी केम बॅक टू सॅन अँटोनियो आणि देन 2014 मध्ये 2014 to 16 वी वर इन पुणे
In Pune for 2
and
years.
yes and then 16 मध्ये आम्ही परत आलो and from there on we been here
Okay.
But Rakesh, we never thought like we're going to settle here.
Huh.
I think as he said, he got an opportunity. He wanted to explore. Our family was always very supportive because they've had a life where, for their career graph, they've moved across India.
Both of your families have
Yes.
kept moving.
So obviously, as I said, being the youngest, the only son, they were like, yeah, you can try what you want to do. We're never going to stop you. But ना उनको पता था ना हमें पता था कि we will call San Antonio our home for good. So once we came here, we spent some time, and I think we still went back once to Pune for a couple of years
so
in
those
between.
2 years was with an intent that we had our life here in US and
To see how
Huh.
we can
Yeah.
get back there
Huh.
if possible.
Yep.
yes
And Aditya was still 4 or 5, I think, at that age, and we wanted to see that. I mean, now we've gone back. Let's see where life takes us. And we stayed there for a year and a half. He got another opportunity, and he asked me. I remember, do you think we should pursue this? And I was like, the way he's growing, and obviously we're not getting any younger. Now, if we take this, we need to plan for the future. And I think then when we came, we had a better clarity in our mind that now this is our second trip to the US, and if we get an opportunity to settle down here, then I think that would be it, because
The best.
we wanted him not to have, probably they're good and bad both, of having one study schooling versus 12 cities. It makes
Yeah.
you much more adaptable, but at the same time I don't think so that you have a mindset that that's what you want to offer your child. You will want a more stable environment.
Yeah.
If life, I won't say it was unstable, but more, one place that he can learn, mingle with people, and
Yeah.
establish his friend circle.
Yeah.
So then when we came back, we were like, okay, let's see what life has to offer. And then it just kept, the career graph kept going forward. As he said, he's been with TCS, I've been with Wells Fargo,
Okay.
and then we've been just here. And our parents come every other year. They like it as well a lot. They're aging. We definitely worry for them that the travel part is kind of tough because it's really far. But we almost make an attempt every year that either way, either we are going or they make a trip to the US.
Nice.
So,
So you have a son, Aditya, who was born in India, as you mentioned before, right?
yes.
So tell us a little bit about him.
So
Who he
as
was
a
active
kid,
in
he
that.
was very bubbly, very chubby. First grandchild for them, for their family. Fifth grandchild for my family because my sisters are older, so they have kids. Completely showered with love and spoiled by all the grandparents. Now, not to forget that even today. He's 16 now. He's a sophomore. I think his heart lies in playing soccer.
Okay.
He plays guitar. As a child, he used to participate a lot more in the events. I think he's in that phase. He was in that phase till last year, I would say, when there is like, I'm still trying to find what I want to do. This year, I've seen a bit of a transition where I feel there is more openness to go back on the stage again and do some things. So I'm pretty excited about that actually, because all these kids that he's grown up with, they used to participate together in dances and in different concerts. And then came a phase for 2-3 years when he was like trying to find himself with what he likes and not likes. So he got a bit away from stage, or stage shy, I would say. From last year onwards, I can see that yeah, probably even I should do that. And I'm like, okay, well, if you want to, there are endless opportunities that Sam has created. So you should definitely go and tell me where you want me to sign up. I would be more than happy. So that's him. He's looking forward for more opportunities.
That's good.
And he's our only child. We have a dog in the house who's you've met when you came.
He's wonderful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. But he never grows up. He's 5, but he's still a baby, I would say. And we got him when, unfortunately, there was a lockdown because of COVID. That's the time we bought him home. And since then, he's been both my son and my dog are the apple of our eyes. Not to our world revolves around them completely.
I often see Sandeep taking.
Oh. वो सिर्फ जब मैं जाती हूँ तब किसी को नहीं मिलता, इसलिए सबको लगता है कि संदीप ही बेचारे सारे काम करते हैं उसका.
नहीं, but at least त्याच्यामुळे activity
नहीं,
at least I go for a walk or do something, so that that is a good thing.
But as a niyamit mantat ke who's the lucky one? Is the dog blessed to have a household which takes care of him, or is it's the other way out? Because we with our lifestyle definitely feel कि he is a blessing. जिच्यामुळे आम्ही वॉकला जातो किंवा पार्क्सला जातो, नाहीतरी
just to have a pet in the house.
Yes.
Like when you come, you can see the energy.
Oh
that
yes,
they bring it.
and the happiness 24/7 that never changes.
त्याच्यामुळे आमचं भांडण कमी झालं.
आमचे भांडण.
So now we have a very talented young boy joining us for the interview. आपल्याबरोबर आदित्य आहे, म्हणजे संदीप आणि प्रियाचा मुलगा. So आदित्य, तू आम्हाला सांग की तू कुठल्या ग्रेड मध्ये आहेस, तुझे हॉबीज काय आहेत, तुला काय करायला आवडतं, इट्स जस्ट इन जनरल आम्हाला तुझ्याबद्दल सांग. आणि देन इफ यू वुड लाईक टू प्ले समथिंग फॉर अस, we would love to hear it.
Namaskar everyone, my name is Aditya Rane and many of you know me as Adi. Currently, I'm a sophomore at Basis Shavana and I get to do one of my favorite hobbies there, which is play soccer. I've been playing soccer for most of my life and I get to play it a lot there at Basis on varsity. I also get to pursue another hobby there, which is cricket. I'm the founder of a cricket club at Basis Shavana. It's been great. I get to teach and collaborate with children and teach them how to play cricket, and it's just been amazing. Also, I love to play guitar. I'm extremely passionate about it as I feel really emotional every time I play it. It's a great way to soothe me down and calm me down every single day. Also, another great part of my life is SAM. I've been attending SAM events since I was a little kid, being able to volunteer, participate in things like dances, tournaments, and a bunch more. But one thing's for sure, SAM has something for everybody. Whether it's just watching a performance or whether it's actually being in one, SAM makes sure every person can do something in their community. And that's what makes SAM so special. Thank you so much.
So tell me about your hobbies. की तुम्ही दोघेही बिझी असता, तुम्ही दोघेही फुल टाइम जॉब करता. But apart from that, just to de-stress, relax, what do you like Sandeep to do? And then we'll ask the same.
So see, there are 2 or 3 things that I typically like to do if other than office. One is I like to watch soccer a lot. I used to play football or soccer.
Oh, in Mumbai.
But now obviously I'm not fit enough to do that. I'm glad that Aditya has taken after that. But me soccer or any sport, for that matter, cricket पण काल अपनी match होती. So I like to watch and follow typically either soccer and cricket. Other than that, I mentioned about my hotel management thing. So
Yes.
sometimes, I just like to experiment, and they're
With the
kind.
food,
Cooks,
Yes,
basically.
yeah, he loves to
food
cook if he
and
gets the time.
liquid, even
Acha.
any mix, any liquor or anything that
Ah.
any cocktail or mocktail, just to try out different things. Yes, so that those
Yeah.
are two or three
But he
things.
grills very well, and
Oh,
that's I get a break, so
Nice.
I would definitely encourage
So
him to
that's what I
continue
was
to
going
do
to
that.
encourage him to keep pursuing that.
You know, actually, one, he likes to, or he loves to grill, in the sense different type of vegetables and meat. And the other thing what we've realized is that Aditya loves it as well. So as they grow, I think it's very, you have to find those common grounds to engage
can
with your own
bond
kids.
more,
Yes.
basically.
So the moment you say that, this weekend let's do something or let's grill something, so you can see the excitement where he's taking the lead in it, that, Mom, I'm going to do it this way. So we kind of have started to love that factor more than anything, that we bond with him more that way, and he opens up and he talks to us and he tells us his stories of school and what's going on.
Very
But
nice.
they both have something in common, which is they're a foodie,
Ah.
and they love to explore. I am a bit rigid with my choices of food,
Okay.
but there is no end to their choices. They can just eat everything and anything that they want to cook and make.
So Priya, then tell us about your hobbies.
So for me, I think I love to listen to music, which is old music, and I love to read a lot.
Like Hindi music, classical music?
I would say Hindi music,
music.
yeah. And the other thing is, back in the day, I used to read a lot more.
Ah.
Now, it's not a good excuse, but my work gives me very less time that remains with me. But I love anything. There's it's not content specific. It has to be fiction, non-fiction.
Okay.
There is a book in the house, I have to finish it. It's
Okay.
like that. So Adi's taken after that as well. He loves to read, and
It's taken from both of you.
yeah, I think
Food
he's a
habits,
perfect
your-
blend of our cultures and both of us. So he basis keeps them super busy. So his reading has also reduced a bit. But I still remember, as a child who was growing, every weekend he used to have a bag on his shoulder and he used to keep nudging him. Chalo library, chalo
I think
library.
all our
jana
kids,
hai."
right? Yeah.
And I think when I think about staying in the US, there are so many blessings, but the one thing that I think is the kids develop this habit from childhood to read,
Yeah.
which is still not a very common practice back home.
Yeah.
We don't have the luxury of having such good libraries, and but yahan pe it's a huge blessing, and once they develop it, there is no end to it. So I like to read, and I haven't read, of course, more than 50 pages, but we both just started to read Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, nice.
So he always wanted to read it. Back in the day when my grandmom was there, she used to every day 1 hour read it in the morning.
Okay.
So I think this idea just dawned to us some time back that let's get back to it. Let's get the actual. So he was recently traveling, so he bought the book again. We've got two of them now, so we both are reading it in our
Very
own
nice,
space.
very
So
nice.
we just wanted to see, like, we've heard so much about it, experienced it in different ways. I think it was just a good reminder. Let's go back and start reading
That's
it
a very
again.
good start
Yeah.
that you guys did.
Yeah.
And good luck with that.
Thank you.
Continue with that.
I'm looking forward to complete it.
So we're almost towards the end of the interview. But tell us your experience a little bit about SAM activities. How do you see it? And where is the scope for improvement or any feedback that you want to give?
So first of all, let me break it down and tell you about what I have learned or what I have gained from SAM. See, I've been associated with the Mandar for a long period of time. Just to be very frank, I have experienced and gained so much by interacting every member and every person that either have met me during the events or otherwise. If I start naming, we will run out of time. But we were talking about Aditya, right? And Aditya, just a recent example. Mitra Sangto, he has started a cricket club in Basis.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yes.
So this is the first year that Basis has a cricket club. And there are close to
40.
40
kids.
35 to 40
Yeah.
kids
Every Friday evening.
ते प्रॅक्टिस करायला येतात आणि ऑल मिडल स्कूल आणि स्मॉल किड्स आणि सुजित who is our
Yes.
member, right?
Yeah.
So he comes to coach them.
Very good.
So
Very
that
nice.
is one example. Nantar, we were talking about music, right? See, we are blessed actually, to have Rachna in part of our group, right? So when it comes to music,
I think our community is
Yeah.
blessed to have them
True.
in this
Yes,
city,
yes.
to be able to learn from them and hear them when we would love to,
Yes.
and they are just
Then
amazing.
I'm just trying to give some examples now. Like I said, there are so many. See, Jayesh, we always, the energy and the passion and the way he has taken the whole community to,
Together.
I mean, as so much की आता just example देतो, त्यांनी आता एक नवीन group FIFA म्हणून
Yes, yeah.
right, it's very different. I mean, typically and Aditya wanted to be part of that, so that excited him. There are some
It's
groups
like there's
which
everything
for everyone,
every age
right?
group. That's what,
Yes,
there's always
I mean,
something.
this initiative itself, right? This initiative traditionally will not happen. I don't think कुठल्याही मंडळमध्ये this initiative at the scale as well as with the way you guys execute it, it is not practical. But if I look back in each and every interview, and we make sure that we pay attention as well as we listen to every bit of it, we have gained, or at least I have gained so much. So that is one part of it. But I was just the recent events,
Yeah.
the recent events that we had, the different regions,
Correct. Yeah.
so much. I mean, some take you down the memory lane, some enlighten you. I still remember, I know you're from Pune, so the Pune section, right?
Correct.
The voiceover that Sandeep did,
Yes.
and the whole orchestra of how it happened. Nagpur event that happened on the stage. Mumbai obviously was the best, and we won the contest.
Yeah, right.
The first prize, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But it was good. It was really good.
yes,
No,
but
it
at the
was
same
very
time,
nice.
see, Konkan did deserve.
No, they also did
Yes,
fantastic.
yes.
Actually, everyone was
Yes,
really
exactly.
good.
Yeah.
So
It was a tough call. Even
tough
it
call
was a
for
very
the
tough
judges,
call.
yes.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
imagine, from an audience perspective, I'm
Ah.
saying, how much enriching experience that we all having because of this.
Correct.
So this is just one event, and असे किती multiple events have been organized by the committee as well as the members, and it takes a lot of pain, lot of effort, lot of time, and sacrifice. So given this forum that you guys have presented us, I really wanted to thank you and appreciate each one of you. While the current committee that we have, and I know that we new committees coming in, but hats off to the current committee. I think a lot of gratitude, a lot of good wishes, as well as congratulations to an amazing year. And I think that energy, that passion, and that I would say elevation that this we have come here, I think it is just going to go further. So thank you again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate that feedback.
Totally.
Anything you want to say?
I completely second what Sandeep said, but I wholeheartedly want to, actually express my gratitude to each one of you, because I look at it from a slightly different angle, stating this, that I find it hard sometimes की ते वेळ काढायलासाठी. So आज जसं तुम्ही इकडे आहे, it's a weekend for you. I'm sure kids and wife are waiting in the house, but that spirit to find that time, to carve out that time and support the cause and be there. So for me, I think each member of SAM who's there to volunteer plays a pivotal role in this. So Manun, heartfelt gratitude, continue the hard work, and you guys are just awesome. As he said, from an audience perspective or from a member perspective, it is a total delight. Each event takes you to a next level. So, and the best part is that you get to meet so many different people. मला वाटते last एक वर्षात the amount of new faces,
Yeah.
the amount of different people, the number, I would say, not the amount, the number of different people that we have met at that forum is, I don't think so I have met those many numbers
many
in
people,
any
yeah.
which way, in any possible way, I would say.
So much so sometimes when I meet someone who's a Maharashtrian in office or anywhere, are you part of SAM?
Sam group.
Yes, they ask. They
Yeah.
actually ask that.
So
Sometimes
then-
Yes.
people from other communities
Huh.
are also
Yeah.
wanting to-
Yeah,
Part of this.
yeah.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
because sometimes you feel they're missing out,
Correct.
right? It's with that intention that there is so much to gain overall,
True.
complete family perspective, all age group. आता seniors, citizens
Yeah.
get together होतं.
60%.
Such a amazing thing, right?
Yeah.
So all age groups have gained as well as continue to gain from it.
Yeah.
So that is.
I mean, it's a
phenomenal.
beautiful platform. The way people come along for each other, to support each other, support different causes. I think you all have taken it to a different level, and I wish each one of you like the very best for the future, because it's just amazing.
Yeah. I guess, see, very interesting. What I have seen is all ideas are welcome,
Yeah. That's
Oh,
big
true.
or small, right?
Yeah.
And everyone comes together to execute it.
Correct.
It's not about की किती success आहे, की किती response मिळतोय.
ते नंतर
Yeah.
पहिलं करायचे आहे ना.
But
Yeah.
every idea is welcome
Exactly.
and given like the same platform.
Yeah.
And then you just jump in with the energy and
Huh.
you do it. And people are ready to participate.
Exactly.
Basically,
True.
Yeah.
hats off to community actually.
Huh,
Because
that's
every
true.
initiative that's put out there, people jump in with
Yeah.
that same energy and they make it possible.
एक्झॅक्टली अँड दॅट इज फिनॉमिनल राईट. आणि आपलं सॅन अँटोनी इज अ स्मॉल टाउन.
Correct.
असं नाही की we
त्याच्यामध्ये
have-
San
हा
Antonio छोटी आहे,
Yes.
but it's doing so much.
Yes.
So totally
We all
agree, but
proud
thank
of
you for
you.
this feedback. Yeah.
No, it
Amazing.
was
I'm sure the viewers will love it, and even the SAM members will love it. But this was so amazing talking to you,
likewise.
Sandeep and Priya. But
I would just say that we're very thankful for you guys to come here, and we
Okay.
watch each episode. That's the way we get to know them more, and we definitely see them in events and start to relate then, you know. So appreciate you all coming together and making it happen on a weekend. So thank you so much.
No, I would like to thank you and appreciate it. Thank
thank
you.
you so much, Sandeep
Sure.
and Priya again. So this was Sandeep Rane and Priya Rane. It's a story of that movie that you heard probably in Marathi, Jai Maharashtra Dhaba Bhatinda. So that's the kind of story they have. So आम्हाला मजा आली खूप करताना. I'm sure तुम्हाला पण आवडेल. And we'll look for your feedback as well. तोपर्यंत नेक्स्ट इंटरव्ह्यू पर्यंत नमस्कार.
Thank you.